This girl gave up her seat for an old man. A few minutes later, she did something unexpected. In China, trains are widely used as the primary means of public transport. But going by the country's population, the seats are limited. So, you can buy general tickets from the counters without reserving a seat. With a general ticket, you will be allowed to enter the train, but you can expect to go all the way standing or even sitting on the floor. Despite these conditions, general tickets are preferred because of their price and convenience for the common people. The regular train from Guangzhou to Chengdu is always crowded. And that is exactly where this incident happened. An elderly man got inside the carriage and took an empty seat. He told his neighbor that he had purchased a general ticket and hoped that the owner of the seat wouldn't turn up. Because of his age, the poor man could not have stood all the way to his destination. The train left the station and no one showed up to claim the seat. There were many passengers standing in the aisle. Among them was a girl who was possibly in her early 20s. She could barely stand comfortably as passers-by kept pushing into her. The old man noticed her plight and realized how difficult it was for her to stand on the moving train. Concerned, he asked the girl how far her stop was. The girl smiled and assured him that she was fine and said it was about 7 hours to her destination. Another concerned passenger offered the girl his seat. But she refused and once again, assured them that she was fine. Soon, a ticket checker entered their compartment. He found that the girl had a reserved ticket for the very seat the old man had occupied. But the girl told him that it would be difficult for the old man to stand all the way because when he entered, she had noticed that he couldn't walk properly. So, the ticket checker offered to take her to another compartment and find a seat for her. Then, something astonishing happened. The girl bent down and took out a pair of crutches from under the seat. It was revealed to everyone's surprise that the young girl couldn't walk without them at all. She had preferred to continue her journey standing all the way so that the elderly man could sit. Heartwarming, right? Another simple act of kindness is from Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Anne Lancy, a former teacher, has lived here all her life. Due to her age and health, Anne couldn't look after her house and garden. So, the house began to crumble into disrepair. The paint began to peel off and grass grew wild in her garden. Because of the state of the house, the city community started writing off fines to Anne to the tune of $3,000 per day. The poor woman tried to reason with them, but every year, the state of the house only got worse. Anne had no friends or family. All her life, the woman had avoided contact with people and led a reclusive life. Until one day, something unbelievable happened. Adam and Kristin Polhimus had been living next door to Anne for 5 years. Being concerned about Anne, the couple offered to help her. But she kept refusing every time. Ultimately, the couple decided to deal with it in their own way. In the summer, they called all their friends to help them with Anne's house. They started painting, priming, cleaning, and landscaping the entire property. About 25 people from the neighborhood volunteered to help. Every weekend, they gathered at Anne's house and worked all day to repair it, bit by bit. Gradually, the old woman warmed up to them. She baked fresh carrot cakes and served orange juice for them as they worked. By the end of summer, Anne's home was unrecognizable. The garden was blooming once again. And of course, the old woman had now made new friends. The renovation work had cost around $10,000 to $15,000. But these kind volunteers refused to take even a single cent from Anne. Her life was made a little easier and she was no longer lonely. It is these little acts of kindness and compassion that make the world a better place to live in.